finally getting to my August wrap up. I'm a little bleary-eyed because I just finished Ribsat and I've read like, maybe a lot of pages in the last 2 days. And this video is probably not going to be as put together as last week when I tried to film this once before. But as you can see in the clip I'm about to show you, I had one fatal mistake that I didn't realize until I was ending the video. That's right, silly me, forgot to turn on the microphone. Go me. I'm making sure it's... You're on, right? Yes, you are on. So, I'm gonna share with you the 5 books that I read in the month of August. I technically read 5.5 books, but we'll get to the half book at the end. Yeah, forewarned, I'm like all over the place with this video. Is this video going to be coherent? Let me know in the comments below when you finish watching this video. I'm in the middle of a book hangover, okay? This is what I'm like when I spent like a solid good like 9 hours just reading. It was worth it. So worth it. The first book that I finished in the month of August, I actually finished the very first day of August. I had read a majority of this book in July, but I finished it in August, and that is The First 15 Lives of Harry August by Claire North. I absolutely love this book. I gave this a 5 out of 5 stars. Why? Because it has multiple lives, possible parallel, not really parallel realities, but parallel continuations of a parallel life sort of deal, in which Harry relives his life over and over again and gets to do things differently each time, but maintaining all the memories of his previous lives. How awesome is that? One other reason why this book is awesome, it has intellectual discourse in it, talking about time travel and ethics. I love talking about ethics. I love it. Don't get me started on talking about ethics, because I love ethics. I like time travel as well. And I love talking about the gray areas of human society. Third reason I really love this book, oh my god, the twists and turns of this book. Just simply amazing. If you have not read this book, I suggest you read this book. I definitely will be picking up other books by Claire North in the future. What did I read? Oh, I read This Savage Song by Victoria Schwab. This is her newest YA book. If it's Victoria Schwab, it's YA. If it's V.E. Schwab, it's adult. So, putting that out there. Did I mention the fact that I might be just a little bit delusional? I gave this book, I believe, off the top of my head, and I probably will be, if I am wrong, I will put flashing things on the screen or whatever, but I believe I gave it a 3.75 out of 5 stars because I liked it, but it was just like, it was okay. I really do enjoy the fact that it was talking about, you know, humans and monsters and what constitutes a monster and what constitutes humans and how the monsters are created and blah 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 blah. I love the different kinds of monsters. I love that there was a distinction of how those monsters were made as well. I didn't like the fact that many of the adults were kind of absent and that the story, well, the main plot of the stories were run by teenagers when there are more adult things to be had. I felt that some parts of it were predictable. And those are the thoughts and feelings that I can ascertain from my memory because I read this like over a month ago. Was it a good read? Sure. I'm glad I read it. I don't know. I probably will read the sequel. Yes. I probably will. That's why it's leaning more into the 3.75. Not quite a 4. I liked it. I don't know why I'm feeling like I'm putting it down a little with my demeanor, but it's not a bad book. I really love the fact that there is no insta-love in it. That is just amazing. One thing also to note about this book is that I kind of skimmed a lot my way through it, and if I can skim my way through a book, it's not 4-star material yet, just yet. No. That's another reason why I didn't get it the 4 stars. Next is a book that took me a majority of the month to read because I had a little issue with a slump, kind of. It was weird. But I read Jane Steele by Lindsay Fay. This I gave a 4 out of 5 stars to. Why? Because as much as I loved it, it did read to me like Jane Eyre fan fiction. I have pulled a couple of great quotes from this book. One from the beginning where our main character Jane Steele is talking about the story of Jane Eyre because she's read it many times. In relation to the story, she goes, "I relate to the story almost as if I would a friend or a lover. At times I want to breathe its entire alphabet into my lungs, and at others I would prefer to throw it across the room." Is that just not what we feel about books sometimes as booktubers, as readers? This is how we feel about books. Either we want to consume its alphabet into our lungs or toss it out the wall. I do like the unique spin it kind of had on it. The fact that Jane Steele is a murderess. She kills people, or she's killed people. Can I talk about this in past tense since I finished the book? I'm not sure, but I really liked it. I gave it points off for certain things, but yeah. Next we have The Darkest Minds by Alexandra Bracken. I am really glad I read this book. It has totally put the stigma in my head of Alexandra Bracken out of my head, because I did read Passenger at the beginning of the year, and that was my first Alexandra Bracken book, and it was kinda but this has definitely like cleared some of the stigma around it. I really enjoyed the fact that it was about children who have superpowers, and even though it is dystopian and the society's kind of gone to shit, I really love seeing that, and the characterizations of growing up in sort of like a child concentration camp, because people are horrible, and what it can do and what freedom can do and the choices you make and the people you like. One of the points I did not like, the fact that apart from the main male character, well, the main character and the secondary main male character, everyone else that was male were like horn dogs. They were horny little children, and I didn't understand it in this society. Why? I mean, if you have a separation of the sexes, that does not automatically mean that when a male is put together with a female that they're gonna be like, I don't know, maybe it is, and I don't get it. That was just part of it. I just did not understand. I did not understand it. So it kind of not quite there for me yet. I am definitely excited to see where this trilogy is going to go. I have no idea, because there's twists and turns and things that happen, and I was like, what? This next book is a spoiler alert for my RibSat wrap up, because I read this on the first day of RibSat, and I read it in one go, and that was August 31st, so it's technically still August. And that was You're Never Weird on the Internet, Almost, by Felicia Day. I absolutely love this book. It was my first memoir of the year, first nonfiction book of the year. I absolutely adore Felicia Day. I adore her so much. And reading about her life, just like how she was homeschooled and how she felt as a person in comparison to like other people, and self-doubt, and just all the things that she's gone through, I admire deeply, because I'm there too. I was homeschooled. I felt like I didn't have a full set of cards, whatever. I often doubt myself, and this has given me a little more inspiration to kick myself in the butt and saying, Kayla, you can do these things. You just gotta work at it and do them. Instead of sitting in self-loathing pity going, I'm not good enough. If you are nerdy and like the internet and admire female gamers, this is a book that you might want to pick up. Plus Felicia Day is adorable. Before I end this, the half book. I have read about half of The Long Way to a Small Angry Planet by Becky Chambers. The reason why I have not read this all the way through is because I was feeling kind of slumpish in August, and I didn't want to put a hamper on this book due to my mental status. Because if I forced myself to read this book, I was not going to like this book. And I've been liking it for the characterizations, but I'm not completely sold on it because I wasn't mentally there yet. I'm like extremely perky in this video, and I don't know why, but I kind of like it. I don't know. Hopefully I will pick this up sometime this month and just finish it off, because I do have like halfway to go. I hope I enjoy it. So that's 5.5 books. So these are the books that I read in the month of August. I didn't give anything lower than a 3.75. So that's kind of cool. And so far all the books I've read in September have all been 5 stars because they were awesome. But I'm getting beyond myself. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!